Hey, listen, what do you guys have planned for Valentine's Day? I want to share some things with you that I believe will help you have a better Valentine's Day. And really, fellas, is going to really help you not mess up the next 15 to 30 days. All right, let's get into it. So I was talking to my wife, and I was saying, hey, I think I want to do a Valentine's video, and she was like, okay, make sure you tell the fellas that even if if the relationship is not in a good place, we still expect y'all to like do stuff. And I was like, wait, what? Do stuff? Like, so wait, hold it. So you're saying if we're not in a good place, you still expect me to go all out and lavish you? Like go above and beyond? So here's what I told my wife. I said, I still love you when we fight or when we get into, like, I still love you. But what you're talking about, Valentine, like, that's above and beyond. Like, why is that required of me? And then why isn't it required of the women? Anyway, and I was just playing devil's advocate. But her statement got me to thinking about, what she said, because I'm like, man, I don't think I knew that. I don't think I knew that my wife expected me to still go above and beyond. That's what I'm calling it. Above and beyond if we're not good. That was shocking to me. But it was an interesting dialogue. And so it made me want to come and give you guys these few little tips to not mess up Valentine's Day. Okay. First of all, so let me tell you this. Me and my wife was talking about this too. So Valentine's Day is supposed to be about love, right? So if Valentine's Day is really about love, then why is it that it seems like it's focused mostly on the women? And for the men, like we're the ones that's paying out all the money to the women. Like a big fuss is not made about the men on Valentine's Day. And I'm not advocating for that right now. I'm just saying that doesn't happen. So if it's a love day, why is it all focused on the women? So what I said is we need to change the name from Valentine's Day to Women's Appreciation Day. Yeah, Women's Appreciation Day is February 14th, because otherwise my mind is subject to attitude when I realize it's Love Day, but I'm doing all the loving. No love coming this way. But when I frame it in my mind that it's Women's Appreciation Day, I don't expect nothing. Like it's all for you. As a matter of fact, if the name is Women's Appreciation Day, that's so powerful for me that even if I just took you on a trip last month, Women's Appreciation Day, I'm going to do something else again because this is Women's Appreciation Day. That was just for nothing. But if it's Valentine's Day, if I just took you on a trip, I'm probably not. I'm talking about me. I know some of you guys just going, me, if I just took you to Cancun, Laguna Beach, wherever, in January. Okay, not the beach in January. I just took you somewhere nice. And then Valentine's Day come. I'm not saying I'm not going to do anything. But above and beyond, I don't know. I can't say for sure, right? Because as amazing as my wife is, telling like she may be on another kind of level of servanthood, and I don't have a choice but to go above and beyond on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. I don't know, right? But I'm just saying it works better in my brain to call it Women's Appreciation Day. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna try to. That's what I'm calling it, Women's Appreciation Day. Okay, so now, fellas, want to help you not mess up the rest of your year or the rest of your half a year, whatever. Listen, don't, if your wife tell you, if your lady tell you, and you don't have to get me anything for Valentine's Day, that's a lie. Do not believe her. I'm telling you, don't believe her. You better go to Kroger's and get some flowers or something. Like, don't, baby, you told me not. I'm telling you, that's not going to work. Okay, take it from the OG. All right, so Women's Appreciation Day. So I got two categories real quick. So I'm gonna give you a few tips for the people who are the average. So for the average brother, right? Or not average brother, but like average situation. That's what it is. Average situation. And then give you some budget friendly tips for folk who it's a little tight right now, right? Like, I normally got it, but it's a little tight. Okay. So first, for the regular folk, average broke folk. That wasn't funny. I was sorry. So where'd my notes go? Here we go. Okay. So here's one thing you can do, because you're going to buy her something anyway. What should I buy her? First of all, you should have been paying attention all year, right? To what she's talking about, what she's searching, what's in her cart on Instagram, just sitting there. I mean, not Instagram, but Amazon, just sitting there, right? Paying enough attention to your wife to so you'll know some of the things that she wants and she's been thinking about, right? So you can put that on your list. But here's one thing you can do. Now, this is only relevant if she's like my wife. My wife is she loves scents and like perfume and stuff. And so she has a lot of perfume. So if your wife is like my wife, then what you do, you go and check her perfume and see which ones are low. The ones that are low, that means that's her favorite, right? So take one or two of those, the lowest, and replenish it for her. Like, just go restock that, right? But I'm not now. Sometimes you got to be. So I don't mean just go to the store, buy it, and then put it on the shelf and take the other one off. I mean, like, present it to her lovely on on Women's Appreciation Day, February 14th, next Tuesday. You present it to her nicely, right? So if it's not gift wrap, then you need to make sure that you have you need to make sure you have like the bag with the decorative tissue, right? At least have that. Okay. So you can replenish her perfume. You can get her car detailed, right? Not in the yard. Even if that's what you do, take it to the detail shop. Take her car to get it professionally detailed. Fill it up with gas, even though that may be something that you already do, right? Fill it up with gas. And then before you give her keys back, 'cause she's at the house, right? Hopefully. You leave a little money in the car somewhere where she can find it. Don't hide it, like, tape it to the radio or something. And it can be something as simple as, hey, babe, I know, in honor of Women's Appreciation Day, I wanted to, here's some lunch money for you. And it's $100, right? Now, it doesn't matter, rich, broke, poor, whatever. Nobody needs $100 for lunch by themselves. So, here's some lunch money, but that's a blessing, right? Anyway, so I think that would be cool. If you're taking her to dinner, like, going to dinner is something that's pretty common. A way you can spice up dinner is this. You take her to dinner, but buy her a dress. Buy her a new dress to wear to dinner. As a matter of fact, buy her a red dress. Get your Johnny Gill. Put on your red dress. Get the Johnny Gill going on. Like buy her a red dress. Get her nails, her petty mani. Get that done, so she can feel dolled up when you take her out to dinner. That's better than just taking her to dinner. You feel me? And by the way, these are just suggestions. You know your wife or your woman better than I do. I don't know her at all. So Do whatever fits, for the woman that you have, but do something. Okay. Now, for the people that's on a budget, like, things a little tight. I don't know if I want to, go all out. I just took on a trip last month, right? If you don't do anything else, you got to buy flowers. Okay. Now, Kroger's got flowers. And so go to Kroger's, get flowers and a card. Okay. Flowers and a card. But here's the thing about the card. The card needs to be very nice on the outside. Don't buy a card that's lying. Like buy a realistic card. Okay. So when she read it, she don't say, he lying, right? So on the outside, but on the inside, it needs to be blank. Now, when I say it, so blank meaning nothing, or it can say, I love you or Happy Valentine's Day or something like that, right? But it primarily needs to be blank. Why? Because you're going to fill it in. No worries. I got you. Here's what you're going to write. You're going to write for her. I got glue all over my hands. I was in the garage. You're going to write for her 10 things that you love about her. 10 things that you love about your lady. You're going to spray a little bit of your cologne on it. Just a little bit of spray. Seal it up, put it in the envelope. But when you give it to her, you let her open it, right? Open the envelope. But then you say, let me read that to you. So then you open it and you read the card to her. Now, when you do that, y'all might not make it past that moment with your clothes on. That's player. Like, come on now, that read the card to her. Come on, that's good. So anyway, here now, my wife gave me this one. So fellas, trust and believe. I did not come up with this next one. My wife came up with this, but she's a female. And when it comes to romance, my wife is the typical female. Okay, so you might want to listen. She says, clean the whole house. Clean the whole house for your lady. What? Like, okay. So if I clean the whole house, she might be right, because that's love. Let me tell you something, that's love. For me, not because I'm lazy, but because, like, as my grandson say, that's just not my thing. Like, my mama told me, and she's right, son, you don't know how to clean up, you know how to straighten up. I straighten up. And so my thing is, like, if I clean up the whole house, you're going to be mad. But anyway, my wife said, hey, that's something you could do for your wife. Clean the whole house. Now, if that's something you already do, come on now. That's not what we're talking about. Like, you got to find something else. Sorry. Here's something else you can do. Cook her dinner. Like, if you can't take her out to dinner, cook her dinner. Or, I don't know if this would be the same thing as not being able to afford it, but you can go pick it up from, so you may not can go to Eddie V's or, some fancy restaurant, but like, go pick up something from Papados or Gringos or, something like that. And then y'all come home. You was already at Kroger's and you got the card and the flowers. Get the long candles, get 2 of them, and hopefully you got some candle holders, and y'all have candlelight dinner with either the food that you cooked or what you went and picked up. All right. And then to end the night, you guys can talk about, you can share back and forth 14 things. Oh, as a matter of fact, let's do that on the card. Instead of 10 things, let's do 14 things, since it's February the 14th. 14 things you love about your lady. Ooh, that's going to be hard, huh? No, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. But with the dinner, then you guys can talk about, 14 things that you love about each other and what has, been great about your relationship or marriage in the last year, right? Because creating connection is always, like, good. And then here's another thing. Give your wife a foot rub. I know that's something that my wife likes. She likes foot rubs. So give your wife a foot rub. Okay. Now, again, these are just suggestions, but here's the point. Do something. Trust me when I tell you, not doing something can cost you what feels like everything. I'm telling you, bro, Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. If she say, we don't really have to do anything, I don't really want anything, oh, it's fine, it's Tuesday anyway, I'm telling you, man, do something. At minimum, make Kroger's your friend. Get the flowers, get the card. They even got, as a matter of fact, at Kroger's, they even got the chocolate covered strawberries. Get that. But like I said, the whole point of this video is whatever you do, don't think that your lady is, so even if you are married to someone from another country, if she's been in America for longer than 6 months, I promise you she wants some romance. Because it's everywhere. It ain't in the Bible. Y'all won't talk about that. But it's in all of our movies, all of our literature, all of, like, romance everywhere. Romance, romance, romance. And so if your wife has been here longer than 6 months, Women's Appreciation Day is coming. She gonna want to be appreciated. Trust and believe. Don't drop the ball on this one, fellas. I'm trying to help you out. All right. So anyway, all right. Yeah, that's all I got. Like, don't drop the ball.